Satish Gowda, Assistant Professor of Zoology, Government First Grade College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Sira. In this session, I would like to explain a topic, poultry as a source of subsidiary income and breeds of fowl. The topic belongs to 3rd BSc Zoology, 6th semester, that is paper 7, Applied Zoology, prescribed by the Tumkur University. Dear students, why the poultry is considered as subsidiary source of income? What is the reason? Yes, of course, the poultry is considered as subsidiary source of income for it has its own reasons or facts, because the poultry can be taken up as a self-employment for the unemployers, for which all nationalized banks provide financial assistance. And one more important factor, all classes of people like rich people, poor, housewife, landless person, especially unemployed youth, can opt this poultry to earn money. Hence this poultry nowadays it is considering as a subsidiary source of income. And one more additional and important thing is this poultry farming requires a small place. So it is no need of hectares together, no need of huge land. It is enough to form a small poultry. It requires a very small space. Hence it is very easy to develop or easy to farm the poultries. And one more important thing is initial investment of poultry farming is very less. So we don't have to invest more money. No need to invest more money. If we have a little amount of money or little investment is more enough or requires to build a poultry. Hence it is also considered as a subsidiary source of income, and there are many improved varieties of fowls which produces a large and larger number of eggs per year. From these eggs we can earn money, and the fecal matter of poultry bird contains nitrogenous substance which can be used as a organic manure. And maintenance of 50 to 100 fowls provide irregular income to the poultry farmer. So if it is enough to live healthy and live without any hesitation, it's more than enough. 50 to 100 fowls is more than enough to live a normal life, and we will get a regular income from that poultry. And by considering all these the characters or factors or reasons, we can conclude and we can say this poultry as a subsidiary source of income. So beside the agriculture, and we can also develop this poultry. And if a person is unemployed, no need to search of employment, because it needs a very less amount, it requires very less amount, and it requires a very less space. We can build this poultry and we can earn money, and we can lead a normal life without dependent on others. Hence, this the poultry as a subsidiary source of income. Now, coming to the breeds of fowl. Before going to the different breeds of fowl, let us have a glance about fowl. What are fowl? See, fowl are a type of bird or a type of birds which are different from the other birds. So these fowls are rearing for the purpose of food and other purposes, are rearing for the purpose of or production of egg and meat. And these fowls, even though they are belongs to class aves, but they are different from the other birds just because of their unique features. It means fowl are having their own unique features. So they are the presence of comb on their dorsal side of the head, and the presence of ear and the presence of wattles, and also presence of ear lobes either side of the neck. So these three unique features are not present in other birds. Hence the fowl are different from the other birds, and these are especially for the rearing for the production of meat or a food purpose. And the scientific name of fowl is Gallus domesticus. This Gallus domesticus is a scientific name of fowl which is originated from red jungle fowl Gallus gallus. Hence the name starts from the Gallus domesticus. The origin of fowl took place in India and Eastern Asia, but later spread to the other parts of the world through Persia and Greece, and it spread all over the world. A fowl is having three unique or characteristic features. As I told earlier, the presence of comb on the dorsal region of the head, presence of earlobe, and the presence of wattle on either side of the head. Fowls are different from other birds. So these three characteristic features are unique to fowl but not found in other birds. A fowl which is used for the purpose of meat and egg production. These fowls are broadly classified into two categories. They are Desi fowl or Desi breed and exotic breed or exotic fowl. What are Desi breed or what are Desi fowl? So the name itself says Desi, means domestic or native or indigenous. And native fowls or domestic fowls are collectively called Desi fowl. Means ನಮ್ಮ ಲೋಕಲ್ ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೌಲ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ದೇಸಿ ಬ್ರೀಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ದೇಸಿ ಫೌಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟ್ a great variation in color. So means these native fowls are variation available, or they exhibit in different colors, size, shape and comb pattern. But they are very poor layers and also meat producers. Hen of the Desi variety lays 60 eggs per year, and there are four varieties of Desi fowl, namely Asal, means Asiatic fowl, Chittagong, Gyagus and Basra. These are the four main varieties of native fowls. These native fowls are very poor layers of egg as well as on meat. But these are the local varieties of fowl are collectively called as desi fowl. Now coming to the exotic breed or exotic fowl. The name itself says exo means outside. So the fowl which are imported from the outside of our country, hence the name exotic. So exotic means the modern fowl are collectively called as exotic fowl, and these fowls are imported from other countries rather than or other countries of our other countries which are neighboring to our country, and they are very good layers and meat producers. So when compared to the native fowls or desi fowl, so these exotic breed or exotic fowls are very good layers, means egg layers, and also meat producers. For example, hen of this variety lays 250 to 300 eggs per annum. The exotic fowl are namely English, American and Mediterranean classes. Exotic fowl are namely English, American and Mediterranean classes. So these are about exotic breed. And based on the utility, coming to the next step, that is based on the utility of a fowl are further classified into three different types. They are layers, boilers, dual purpose fowl. So layers, the name itself says layer, means egg laying fowls are considered or collectively called as layers. A fowl which is reared for the production of only egg production, they are known as layer. The best example for layer are white leghorn, Pune pearl and Highland, etc. These are the examples for the layers breed or fowl. Now coming to the second type of fowl, they are broilers. A fowl which is reared for the production of meat. ನಾವೇನು ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ ಬಾಯ್ಲರ್ ಕೋಳಿ, ನಾಟಿ ಕೋಳಿ, ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಹಾಗೆ ಬಾಯ್ಲರ್. A fowl which is reared for the production of meat is called as boiler. So the best example for boiler fowl are Plymouth Rock, New Hampshire, etc. are the best example for boilers. And the third one is dual purpose fowl. The name itself says dual, means double or both. So the fowl are reared for the production of, for the purpose of egg as well as for the production of meat. Both the purpose, egg production as well as meat production. So this is called as dual purpose breed or dual purpose fowl. The best example for dual purpose fowl are Rhode Island Red and Giriraja. You might have heard a name of Giriraja, and also Rhode Island Red and other fowls are called as dual purpose fowl. This is about the classification of fowls based on the utility, and classification of fowls based on the locality or region from where they originated, desi fowl or exotic fowl. And for the purpose of the utility and the basis of utility, the fowls are classified into three types: layers, boilers and dual purpose. I hope all you are understood well about poultry as a subsidiary source of income and also breeds of fowl. I will stop here. I will come with a new topic in the next session. Till then, stay safe, stay home. Thank you very much.